Welcome to day 19, and I am going to read a little from my book, Dirty and Divine, about the minor cards. The minor arcana are the sand between our toes, oftentimes insignificant and yet other times the irritants that, when stimulated, change lives. Thus far, our journey has been big. It's been big themes, big inner issues, big changes. The minor arcana are perfectly capable of creating more of the same. They may also whittle down our concentration to the smaller aspects of life that need a tickle. I'm particularly interested in how the minor arcana, which naturally fall into themed groups, will create or tell a story about our lives. Each major arcana card is a play unto itself, whereas the minors are a progression into an understanding of each theme. I'm expecting intrigue. Whilst the stories may be similar, the images and meanings of the cards can be so powerful. The minor cards are open to interpretation in the way that the major may not be. The pictures that astride the card may mean so many different things, dependent on the mood and details of your life at any given time. The fact that the images are somewhat less striking than the majors allow them to be more fluid, though of course that too is down to personal interpretation. As you journey through the minor cards, allow their individual intrigue to emerge. If you ever get stuck on the meaning of a card, if it is being elusive, then maybe try pulling a second card, one to help frame and reflect it. As I always say, the interpretation in the end is always yours. What your heart is saying, the words that float up, these are the right ones. Move into trust that what you think, feel and understand as you gaze upon any card is what is right for you. Feel free to bounce off friends in this group who are on the same journey, but know that their guidance is a pointer only. Your truth, your feeling, that is where the depth and learning is at. And this is why I love the minor cards. So let's have a little play with them. So what I'd like you to do, what we'll all do together, or you can do it after you've watched this video, is to take one minor card, so separate out your majors, and then take another minor card to frame it. So let's just say, how is my day going? And what else do I need to know? So let's keep it really, 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 really simple. And perhaps we'll take some breaths to do that, to really bring ourselves into a concentrated group. So setting an intention, opening ourselves up as we did back at the beginning of the course. Let's do this now. 3 breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing yourself into the moment, and whenever you are ready, picking your first minor arcana card. So I have used my Cosmic Mother deck, currently only available on my website, and I have received the 8 of Pentacles. So that's my first card. I'm going to take that as a card for the group, for us all, and I'm going to take another minor card to frame it, to give it a bit more context so that we're padding out the story. Queen of Cups. So what's interesting here is, like with the major arcana, you have the big characters. Let's call them character cards. They're characters and they're events, and they're pretty bold. These are a bit more subtle. They're a bit more elusive, a bit more in between spaces. But at the same time, like I said in Dirty and Divine, this allows for us to interpret it as we need to at any given moment. So the first card was the 8 of Pentacles. When I painted this card, which I painted this deck, I may have mentioned that, I call him my funky yoga teacher. So it's Pentacles, and as I'll talk to you about over the next few days, Pentacles are about earthliness, groundedness, materialism, money, how we work, how we earn, how we live. And she's my funky yoga teacher. She has all this energy around her, and she has her coins, which certainly sits well for me at the minute, because I'm definitely exploring new ways of working like this and other things that I have in my back pocket. And at the same time, this is my other card, the card that kind of is here to frame this one. So this is about work. This is about, loving what you work and living the life that, the life of Larry, work-wise, which is related to emotional experience. So we have the Queen of Cups, emotional maturity from a feminine perspective, examining and absorbing all of our feelings and how those feelings are connected intimately with everything else in our life. So 2 cards, and there's a huge giant picture there. How does this sit for you? It certainly speaks to me. How does your work life and your desires and ambitions and hopes around that also reflect and perhaps come from your emotional life, this desire to feel emotionally seen, held, understood, but also to evoke that for yourself through how you work in the world, how you present yourself, through your hustle, through your creativity. And how are you processing your emotions through the work that you do? So 2 minor cards giving us a mighty big reading with just 2 cards. So I want you to take 2 cards for yourself. If you haven't been able to do it, obviously because I've been talking at you and you've been listening, then do it now. Repeat the breaths if you like, but take 2 minors. And the first one is kind of, I guess that's what we're doing, that's the action, that's what we're trying to achieve, and this is the frame, this is the why. So explore that, and we'll have a look at how 2 seemingly small cards that aren't full of big themes and archetypes like the majors can actually be incredibly powerful. This is a powerful reading for me, and it certainly speaks to where I am at, and I'm sure it may do for many of you too. And we'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to start exploring the individual suits and what they all mean. So have fun with doing that. Please comment your 2 cards below, and we can all have a little share and contribute in a caring way to each other's readings and see what we can bring to the surface. Okay, thank you, and see you again tomorrow.